When we have a spreadsheet with data, it is very advisable to name each of the data that we have. For example, in this case, we have each of the columns with a small title that indicates what it is about. But it is also normal for us to have a title for the whole thing. So we can say that for this spreadsheet, we could name it travel costs. We can to emphasize more or less this sentence. But the one recommendation I always make is to always put the name of the table above the block of data in a cell, or at least in the first column of a previous cell. You might be wondering why we normally type it in this specific place. Well, we do it like that because it is very easy to put this title here, and on top of that we can also highlight it in many ways. One of them, for example, is to center it across various columns. In other words, this title is in the cell A2, but despite that, I want for it to work as a title for the whole table. Well, in order to do that, I have this button here, which, when we click it, what it is going to do is the following. In this small menu, Excel is already explaining to us what that option is about to do, which is combining all the cells that we have highlighted. Basically, it is going to merge them, and then it is going to center the contents of what there is in the first of them in the cell, in this case A2. It is going to center it in this range of merged cells. We simply, by clicking here, we see that it does this. It merges the cells and centers the text within them. We see that now it gives off a certain look and feel to the title of the spreadsheet. This is very useful, and we see that the divisions between the different cells have indeed disappeared. But why is that? Well, right now I wouldn't be able to select the contents of the cells G2 or F2, for example. I no longer can select them because all of these are now merged. When I click on any position, Excel will select the entirety of the now bigger cell. Let's see this drop-down menu that allows me to do many things. Logically, it will allow us to separate the cells, or in other words, it will allow us to undo the previous action because we could have thought that we merged and sent it in this set of cells, and then we might have changed our minds. Maybe after trying it out, we think that a different way could showcase the title information better.
We could also just combine the cells horizontally.
That is to say, another great option for us could be to only combine the cells without centering the content that they contain. On this same topic, I want to mention that we can also combine more than one row in order to make the cell even bigger. In this case, we would have combined all the cells of the columns with 2 extra rows. Once we have applied this, we can also, as it is obvious, play and interact with the aligning tools in order to center it further. We not only can play with centering the text horizontally but also vertically, that is to say, taking into account the distance from the upper and lower margin. Well, that has been all for today's video on combining multiple cells. I hope you have found this useful. See you in the next one.